Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now, there has been an uproar online after the remarks from President William Ruto in reference to another country. Now, this is how it started. President Ruto was addressing Kenyans living in Italy, and he was trying to praise the Kenyan education system and the workforce. Now that was good. Until when the president went to an extent in comparing the Nigerian English to the Kenyan English. So he went on to give examples of the country that is speaking bad English to justify his point. That there are countries when they speak English, you would need a translator. And they mentioned Nigeria. That was the remarks from the president. But what I wanted to understand is that there could be another reason why Ruto went for Nigeria. There is some fight between Ruto and Nigerian president as far as some issues is concerned. And at the end of this video, you will get to know that and the mistake that President William Ruto committed in an attempt to respond to the Nigerian president. But first of all, the root cause of this.
Kenyans, our education is good. Our English is good. Yes, we speak some of the best English in the world. Yeah, that is true. If you listen to a Nigerian speaking, you don't know what you don't know. You need a translator. Even when they are speaking English, So we've some of the best human capital anywhere in the world. And we just need to sharpen it with more training.
Now, people have responded, including a Nigerian minister. And I want us to look into all those responses. But first of all, how did the president got to mention Nigeria while in Italy in reference to how they don't speak good English? Now, at one point, Ruto was using this remark just to hit back on Nigerian president because of an example President Tinubu probably used in reference to the cost of fuel between Kenya and Nigeria. He was just trying to tell Nigerians that you see we are better off, and as much as the fuel price has gone high, in some other countries, mentioning Kenya, it is even more higher, and we are better than them. You see? And this is what he had. He said, if I quote him, President Tinubu, yes, I hear you from various angles of the economy. The fuel price is beating hard. But look around. Let us thank God together that you are better off. Listen to them in Kenya and other African countries, what they are going through. That is President Tinubu, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, responding or trying just to comfort his own people about the price of fuel. That sisi tuko afadhali. Ukienda Kenya na nchi zingine, mambo ni mbaya zaidi. So I think that is what President Ruto probably was trying to respond to. But then when you look at his response, then it looked more childish because he should have used other economic factors or examples to respond to President Tinubu. Aseme, Kenya tuko na security nzuri, ya Nigeria ni mbaya ama kitu ingine that affect the economy. But then, with his remark, and then diplomatically, the president got it wrong because it now sparks diplomat issues there. So, after President Ruto's remarks, one of the Nigerian minister had responded to this and tell him that Nigerians are speaking good English.
First of all, Your Excellency, Mr. President, I bring good tidings from the President and the people of the Republic of Nigeria. And the people of Nigeria has mandated me to inform you and assure you that Nigerians speak good English.
Now, after that, there was uproar online. To an extent, BBC went on to ask questions and get just the reaction from the people. And the journalist went for Nigerians, then Kenyans, just to hear the views of the people as far as President Ruto's remarks is concerned, which later forced the president actually to apologize. Listen to the people's views on the streets.
We speak some of the best English in the world.
You think?
Yeah, that is true. If you listen to a Nigerian speaking, you don't know what.
So I don't understand. Are they laughing at Nigerians that we don't speak good English? Because I can even barely hear what he's saying. Kenyan President William Ruto has sparked a debate online after he said that Nigerian accented English might need a translator. What do Nigerians and Kenyans think of this?
Him saying that we speak bad English, that we need a translator, that's uncalled for. Very uncalled for. So I'm not expecting that from a president of an African country, for him to say that. And for English, which is not even our primary language.
I mean, it's just nonsense to me. Gibberish.
There's no way you would see Nigerians speak bad English compared to Kenya. Come on, that's a joke now. That's cap. Well, I think it's a friendly banter. Nigeria is a very big country with many tribes. So a lot of us speak English based on probably the accents, coming from our dialects or our language.
As former British colonies, both Kenya and Nigeria share English as their official language, but each has developed distinct spoken varieties with different phonetic patterns.
Nigerian English is very complex, so you have to listen keenly in order to understand what they are actually saying.
The issue with Nigerian English is the accent, but it works both ways because the accent will affect the pronunciation.
For example, sometimes you hear them saying, "What be this?" And I have to be attentive to actually translate what it actually means.
If you look at the Nigerian English, it's quite deep. It's quite rooted in accentation compared to the Kenyan English. Yeah, the Nigerian has a lot of accent and ethnicity, but the Kenyan English is just plain English, just from the Britain.
English is very competition in Africa.
Now, with all this heated debate, President Ruto was then later forced to apologize. But even when you listen to his apology, he's cleverly still mocking the Nigerians. He's not really actually apologizing as it should be. Because he's telling the minister he was misquoted. But in his explanation, he still says the same thing. Now he comes out to say that Nigerians speak good English. To an extent, if you're not keen, you need a translator. If it is good English, why do you need a translator? Then he goes to tell the minister, please extend my greetings to the President, Tinubu, who is my friend, but in good English. But above all, he apologizes and recognizes that Nigerians are his in-laws. Remember, his daughter is married to a Nigerian. Watu wanasema from Enugu or what? Listen to the president now apologizing to his first mark.
Please pass my regards, Minister, to President Tinubu, my friend, and to the great people of Nigeria who are my in-laws, and do so in good English. And, I was captured, I was speaking to my fellow citizens somewhere, and somebody, it was supposed to be a private conversation, but somebody decided that it should be public. But they also misrepresented the facts. The facts are that I was talking about how we in Africa speak very good English. All of us. In fact, in some countries like Nigeria, if you don't speak excellent English like the one we speak in Kenya, you may need a translator, for you to understand the excellent English of Nigeria. So that was the comparison, but somebody decided to take it out of context. But I think it is as well that we can have this conversation. And my in-laws, I hope there will be no consequences.
The fact remains that President Ruto has sparked uproar in Nigeria after his remarks. That's the truth. So it's a kind of creating a diplomatic hitch between Kenya and Nigeria. Kwa wale watu mmeishi uko nje, umewahi ishi kwa nchi ya wenyewe, unaweza elewa kile nasema. For 8 years I've been away from Kenya. Nilitoka nikawa nje. So I understand also. Maya kwa nchi mbili uko nje. Kwa muda mzuri tu. So the remarks is regrettable. In as much the president was responding to President Tinubu, he should have looked for another way, but not really what he said. So to that extent, our president got it wrong. So far, I don't know your views. In as much as apologized, the remarks still stand. His statement is still online, and people are still discussing it. So kindly let us meet at the comment section to continue with our discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.